Reports emerged earlier this year that Russia has been providing Iran with targeting data to attack American forces. This intelligence directly facilitated a strike in Kuwait that killed 6 U.S. service members. When confronted with this report, Donald Trump dismissed the mortal threat to American troops. He called the question stupid and actively defended the Russian intelligence operation, arguing that they can give all the information they want to our adversaries. This deference led Senator Sheldon Whitehouse to raise a pointed question. Why does a president so obsessed with dominance completely submit to Vladimir Putin? The pattern of policy changes is consistent. Trump has repeatedly paused weapon shipments to Ukraine, opened loopholes in Russian sanctions, and abandoned the long-standing security strategies that protect Europe. Subservience on this scale defies all strategic logic. When a world power acts against its own interests to benefit a rival, it points to a hidden, overriding leverage. In 1973, the Watergate investigation was stalled. Investigators were trapped in a maze of unprovable theories, unable to verify whether the president had committed a crime. That changed with a revelation from Alexander Butterfield. He testified that Richard Nixon had secretly installed a voice-activated taping system inside the Oval Office. For the Senate Watergate Committee, these tapes provided proof where there had previously only been suspicion. The focus shifted from hearsay to a verifiable record of presidential actions. The existence of these recordings made the cover-up an undeniable reality. Investigators finally had a documented history of exactly what happened behind closed doors. The missing link explaining Trump's subservience to Russia may lie in a modern equivalent of those Watergate tapes, hidden inside the mansions of Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein operated as a collector. Survivors report that he told victims his true goal was to gather leverage that could damage influential people. He built a pervasive surveillance apparatus to do it. Hidden cameras were secretly installed inside tissue boxes, door moldings, and antique clocks, recording everything his guests did. This legal document from a September 2016 lawsuit links the massage therapist cover story to a systematic sexual abuse ring. The records show how Ghislaine Maxwell knowingly recruited girls for these positions, which served as a ruse for trafficking them to powerful men. One specific claim from this buried litigation involves a 1994 townhouse party. A 13-year-old plaintiff alleges she was tied to a bed and raped by Donald Trump. According to the suit, when she pleaded for him to stop, he struck her across the face. He allegedly told her he could do whatever he wanted and threatened that her family would be killed if she spoke out. Trump is known for suing critics over defamation, yet he never filed a lawsuit against this accuser. Instead, he allowed the suit to fade away after death threats silenced the victim. Epstein's recording system is now the focus of a Polish government investigation. They are exploring whether the entire operation was organized by Russian intelligence services. Financial records support this link. Senator Whitehouse detailed over $1 billion in wire transfers involving Epstein that were flagged for connections to high-risk Russian jurisdictions. Documented evidence shows Epstein met with Russian UN representatives and maintained close ties to Kirill Dmitriev, the head of Russia's sovereign wealth fund. This strategy is a classic KGB honey trap, an operation that uses sexual encounters to capture compromising material, or Kompromat, on influential targets. Kompromat refers to damaging information collected by an intelligence agency for the purpose of blackmail or manipulation. If Russian intelligence possesses hidden camera tapes from those 1994 parties, the dynamic changes. Vladimir Putin would hold absolute leverage over Donald Trump, making him a compromised hostage rather than a geopolitical ally. The lawyers for the 13-year-old survivor used a specific phrase to describe Trump's behavior, a conscious indifference to consequences. This description mirrors Anne Applebaum's analysis of his presidency. She describes a leader who acts purely on impulse, unconcerned with how his behavior affects global allies or national security. This indifference is visible in policy. During a horrific Russian bombing campaign, Trump paused the delivery of Patriot interceptors, the defensive weapons Ukraine uses to protect civilians from Putin's attacks. Erratic geopolitical decisions like these are consistent with the behavior of a man acting under the threat of catastrophic blackmail. Senator Whitehouse has warned that the Department of Justice is actively fighting Epstein files concerning Trump that are required by law to be released. The long debate over election interference has served as a misdirection. It has kept the public focused on political influence while obscuring the physical leverage held over the commander-in-chief. The 2016 lawsuit is the smoking gun of a geopolitical hostage situation. It details the exact crimes that would make a president vulnerable to foreign control. The modern-day Butterfield tapes are buried within the unreleased Epstein files. The safety of the free world depends on bringing those records into the light.